Let me start off with how much she means to you. How long have you wanted to play her?
Well, I've been wanting to play her for a couple of years, 2-3 years, since the director, Mario Martone, told me that he wanted to make a movie with me, and he wanted me to be Goliarda Sapienza, who's this writer who's not with us anymore, and she had a very dramatic, very beautiful life, but how long I've been in touch with her intellectually, much longer, because I also directed this TV series, who also became a movie afterwards, and has been, at the center of my life, my creative life for the last 5 years, which is her masterpiece that she wrote.
Art of Joy.
Art of Joy. So I'm the director of the Art of Joy, the movie. So before being her, I've been in her head as a I wrote from her, I adapted her book, The Art of Joy, so which came out lately, and it has been a great success, if I may say so. And it was in Cannes. I presented it in Cannes last year.
Tell me what Art of Joy means to those in Italy. Like what themes?
Italy,
what
human
themes,
beings?
Yeah. What themes was she writing about? She tried to get it. She wrote it well before.
She started writing it in 1976, and then she finished writing it 20 years later, probably, because nobody wanted to publish it.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to publish it. It was too erotic. It was too, just politically incorrect. And so people didn't want to publish it. So she kept writing and writing more and writing more. And eventually she finished it in 1996, I think. No, sorry. She died in 1996, I think. She must have finished it, a few years before. So it took her a long time to write The Art of Joy.
So in the movie, it takes place while she's in prison. Why was this particular part important in her life?
Well, it was one of the many events in her life, and one of the reason why she went to prison is because she stole some jewels. She stole from a friend's house. And so that's not nice. And if they catch you, you go in prison. And that's what happened. She went to prison for a few months, though, not that long. But she went to prison because she got caught. Yeah. And she did steal this money, yes, because she needed these jewels, because she needed money for sure. Because she had no money, nobody wanted to publish any of her books. And that's for sure one of the reasons. The other reason was she stole from her friend, with whom she had a very, very complicated relationship. So I think stealing from her was also part of something that had to do with the relationship, with her friendship. It was some kind of a revengeful act of love. Let's say.
But prison did her well. She made dear friends.
Yes.
And how did it?
Yes, she liked going to prison. She was a very peculiar woman, very interesting woman, and she did like it very much. She would have stayed in prison more. She said to different journalists when she came out, and she tried to explain that she could have stayed in prison much longer. And nobody believed her, but I think that she meant it, because she said that prison made her feel free, free of her preconceptions, of her bourgeois mentality, of writing in a certain way until then, and then after prison she found another way that it seemed to her more fruitful, more productive to her, more inventive. She said that everything that happened in prison was very good for her. And she also made some very good friends, which stayed with her for the rest of her life.
Writing was therapy for her.
Writing was therapy for her, yes. Did you
Because,
know?
well,
Yeah.
I understand she
Yes.
went through some really hard times,
Yes.
and then she just turned to writing and everything.
And she got better and better
Yeah.
by that. Yeah, she started writing later in her life. She was an actress. Then she was also an acting coach. She was married to a very important director for 20 years, the Italian director with whom I worked. By the way, when I
was
was
that?
18,
Who was that?
he was called Francesco Maselli,
Okay.
with whom I did a movie called Storia d'amore, which when I was 18 years old, and I met her. Can you imagine? I met her because her ex-husband, my director, took me to her, so I could learn to speak with a Roman accent. She was from Sicily, yeah?
Right.
But she was an acting coach, and I am from Naples.
Okay.
So I had a Neapolitan accent, but
Okay.
I had to play a Roman girl. So he said, I'm going to take you to my wife, to my ex-wife, and she's going to teach you how to speak the Roman way.
Uh-huh.
So I went to her twice a week. So
So you spent
I
some-
spent 2 months seeing her 3 times a week.
Oh, so she's
Can you
she's
imagine?
really with you, well beyond.
So
well beyond.
when I was
And-
18,
Yeah.
then I did her big opus magnum, her big as a director, and then I played her. But all this, I didn't decide to do it. It just happened.
But did you pick up on anything? Did you connect with her personally when you were 18, or was it all teacher to student?
No, she was very curious of me, more than I was of her, because when you're 18 and you see this lady who's like maybe in her 50s, I thought she was great, she was very nice, affectionate, but I wasn't. Now I would want to know more of her.
Okay.
Then when you're a teenager, basically, I thought this lady's really cool, but I didn't really make the
nothing-
effort. While she also always, because she was very curious and she asked me questions. She was, she gave me chocolate. We smoked cigarettes
Yeah.
together.
But there was no other takeaway as far as you looking back and going, I remembered something about
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She was a little offbeat, or she
Oh,
did
no,
this,
no,
or
of
she
course.
had. Yeah.
I used that in the movie.
Uh-huh.
I remember how she walked. I remember how she laughed.
Wow.
That she fringed her nose when she laughed. I remember her putting her, and I do that in the movie.
Uh-huh.
That's the privilege of having met her, that I remember so many things of her that have nothing to do with intellectuals. I remember her body, how she moved, so I could use it in the movie. It was very interesting.
The other question I have for you, the last question is movie going.
Yes.
People going to the cinemas in Italy.
Yes.
What's your opinion on everything?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not
Is there
enough.
anything that can be done?
I mean, it's very, I don't know if there is a recipe. I know that sometimes there is movies that they come out and a lot of people
Yeah.
go and see, because they become, go figure it out. Really, I've been doing this work for so long, and I never really understand what makes the public, and I'm a director, I'm an actress, what happens? For sure, there is ways to incentives. How you say
Yeah.
incentives
Yeah.
to make people want to go to the movies. And in France, there is more public going to the movies. In France, in
Yeah.
America, for sure, there's
Yeah.
more people. In Italy, in Italy is particularly with Italian movies, people had gone cold to Italian movies for a while. Like now, in the last few years, they are going back.
Right.
Something has happened. Like there's a new wave where people are going back to
There
see
was a
Italian.
black and white film 2 years ago. I forgot the name.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
which was a woman director, Paola
Yes.
Cortellesi.
That was the number one.
Yes, made so much. I mean, beyond.
Uh huh.
With again, okay, one thing is to go well, one thing is to go extremely well. We don't know what happens. I mean, I don't know what happens. It's kind of beautiful. It's a mystery why some things are chosen.
So after Rain Man, you had an excellent streak in Hollywood. You were getting part after part after part. What happened?
I came back.
You came back?
For private reasons.
Got
I
it.
came back.
Okay.
And then I started working here.
Yeah.
And in Europe, and it was hard, and you have to be,
Yeah.
you have to be there. I mean, I kind of regret it a little bit. I didn't keep enough. But I did go 4 years ago. I did to do the morning show.
Oh, yeah.
I did the morning
Yeah,
show
yeah.
I was there for 5 months in LA
Okay.
to do the morning show, and it was like great to be back. I
Yeah.
have to say, I loved being. I have so many friends there, so many people I have affection for, and there's so many interesting movies being made. I loved being there. It's just that life decides sometimes for you.